10, it keeps happening. Businesses in certain areas of Portland packing up and leaving.
Recently, at least 2 more businesses say they've left or will leave the core of the Rose City, citing different reasons. Fox 12's Connor McCarthy joins us now live from Northwest Portland, and he spoke with a comic book store owner who says the problem is more than just crime. Connor?
Well, hey, good evening, Pete and Nora. Yeah, I spoke to Jason LEIVIAN, the owner of Floating World Comics, and he says that he's waited 2 years for foot traffic to return to his old neighborhood in Old Town, but he says that's just not happening. He says violent crime on the rise is a big problem, but the main reason is no one, or rarely anyone, is returning to their office in downtown Portland, and thus he's losing out on that foot traffic sale. After 16 years on the corner of Northwest 4th and Cooch Street.
Being in downtown was a big part of the identity of the store. I loved the first Thursday art shows that would happen there.
Jason LEIVIAN, owner of Floating World Comics, packed up and moved across the river to the Lloyd Center.
And so moving here, the spirit here, it feels like when I started the store. Rent is affordable here. There's a lot of space, obviously.
Jason says since the start of the pandemic, he saw his energy to run his business dwindle. Post-pandemic, he had hope customers would return, but he saw a bigger problem happening in downtown beyond the violent crime. Very few people are returning to their office to work.
I don't think that's coming back anytime soon, maybe in a couple years, who knows, but I mean, I waited 2 years, and this is where we're at now.
Floating World Comics is not the only business leaving downtown. This week, Unitas Community Credit Union announced they plan to leave their headquarters out of the core of Portland and split into multiple locations, including one in Tigard, by 2024. Their reason is different than Jason's. The company says they want to help support remote, hybrid, and in-office employees. CEO Steven Stapp said this in a statement, saying, quote, "This new operational model allows Unitas to create an activity-based working environment where employees can work out different types of spaces over the course of a day or week. This gives employees the ability to choose how they work best." Jason says he can't look at the past and can now only look to the future. And for him, the future is in the Lloyd Center.
If I'm successful, then the mall will be more successful, and if the mall is more successful, then all the shops will be more successful.
And Pete, Nora, Jason says that city leaders here in Portland need to take this issue of people not returning to their offices seriously. He says it's just the new normal, and the city needs to adjust to this new norm. Live in Northwest Portland, Connor McCarthy, Fox 12 Oregon.